Okay, welcome in. Everybody feeling better today? Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Great to be here with you on a Thursday, a Victory Thursday, as it were, a salvage Thursday. The San Diego Salvagers come through yesterday, and it's the second series in a row. They've been able to salvage the last game. Well, no.
Let's go, Padres.
Salvage the series, right?
Was it the final game? Yeah.
In both.
Final game in both series.
I guess
You
it would have
salvaged
to
the
be.
game.
Yeah,
You salvaged the series.
you did.
You win the game.
You win the game. Very proud of those salvagers. Now they're off to Beantown, Ben, which is another team that is in the absolute torture chamber right now. So this is going to be the battle of mid the next few days, and somebody will come out feeling a lot better about themselves. So we look forward to that. Got a huge, massive show for you today here on the program. Let's get into it. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, friendly neighborhood sports anchor. How are you, sir?
I am good. In fact, better than good. As you mentioned, Thursdays have changed up a little bit here on 97.3 The Fan. And
Indeed.
dare I say, for the better.
We're elated.
We are.
We've worn it for the last 3 years. We don't have to wear it anymore. 9. Roundtable starts
2 years, 3 years?
2 years, 3 years. 3 years.
I think this is the third year.
Maybe. What doesn't matter. Two full seasons. Now the roundtable's 9 to 10. It's a huge dub for us. Huge dub for us. I'm excited.
When that got announced, I saw some people were like, well, I'm sure, do Ben and Woods want this? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
It's in our time slot normally. We'll be here anyway.
You really think we were dying to do that 9th hour or that 9 a.m. hour?
We get ratings for it, which is why we're sitting here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a no-brainer. Got a sponsor for it. It's great.
Epic Wings is going to bring in
Can't wait.
wings and breadsticks. I mean,
This is it. I've been late. I'm like giddy. I woke up.
Fantastic. And we're going to have a rotating cast of guest panelists.
Yes.
Starting with Darnay Tripp today.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Don't
say it.
I wouldn't even say it.
Next week, you should be happy with the guest panelist as
You
well.
can say it. I don't care.
I think it's already locked in.
I think so.
All right.
And we can publicly shame him if it doesn't happen.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Mud has committed to coming in for the round table
He just
Thursday.
said, don't say
He
it.
said, go ahead and say it. It's locked in.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Mud will be here for the roundtable, which is amazing. It's amazing. That's, listen, everything evolves over time, and the roundtable has evolved. And so, yeah, it's the first Thursday in baseball season I woke up really excited to come to work. And it wasn't just because of the Padres win, it was because of that. So very excited to that, man. Legend says, I'm happy for you. We get one less hour of Ben Woods and Paul. Yeah, but I think I think the quality will be better than the quantity. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. I'm.
And it's not like you guys aren't there on every roundtable either.
Yeah, we're there on every roundtable.
I'm there on some of them. You're there on every one of them.
Exactly.
So.
Oh, do you get to go home today?
Today I do. Yeah.
Oh, you sucker.
I'm like on standby for roundtables.
Yep. Okay. That's all right.
Fine by me.
Well, no, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. How's everybody? I wanted to ask you, Benjamin, when we were leaving here yesterday, you told us about your vertical video that you shot for Channel 10.
Correct, which we have not posted yet.
Okay. Is there a reason you haven't? So Ben had to go to a training. They're trying to teach, old heads like us how to do better video content. I watched your news program last night. It's a big directive, I can tell, at your station. I saw some. I thought it looked great. I thought you did really well in your very short sports Padres report with Kimberly Hunt threw it to you. You had your hands almost in the,
but not quite.
Almost in.
I have grabbed my thumb with my other thumb and just kind of hold it together, but I don't fully triangle.
The wiener diamond.
It's very hard to. Where you put your hands is such a hard thing on television.
It's a real thing.
It's not just me either.
It's everybody.
I know I'm particularly awkward, but I've talked to other reporters and anchors, and it's a constant struggle for everybody to figure out where to naturally put your hands.
Oh, see here. Eric wants to start some S with us right now. Eric says, everyone else works extra but Ben and Woods. Congrats, guys.
Oh.
I think you need to I think you need to think this one through.
Yeah, let's go through.
Should we go through?
Let's quickly go through the logistics before we'll get back to the discussion on vertical videos.
Eric,
Let's dive in.
Let's dive into it.
Ooh, I like this.
We'll get back to your vertical video.
Dateline. Ben and Woods.
Let's talk about it. Let's just have let's just have a conversation. Yeah. Can we just have the conversation?
Yeah. Well, let's start. Ostensibly, all three shows here at 97.3 The Fan are 4-hour programs. 6 to 10 for Ben and Woods, 10 to 2 for Braden and Frank, and then 2 to 6 for the Gwynn and Chris program. Fairsies across the board all year long.
Sounds
correct?
like it in theory.
Absolutely. So, obviously, with the 9 a.m. roundtable, Ben and Woods are the huge winners all summer.
Right.
Yeah.
But wait. Let's dig a little bit deeper. You also realize that we at 97.3 The Fan are the home of the San Diego Padres.
Indeed, sir.
San Diego Padres play almost every day all year long.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of those games are at home, which, sometimes are a 6:40 start. And on those days, the Gwynn and Chris program gets off a little bit early.
Yeah.
Not much, but a little bit
5:40.
early for Sammy Levit's pregame show. But there are many days when the Padres play on the road, in other time zones, or day games. And you know when those games take place? Right in the middle of the other two programs.
Correct.
Usually at least once or twice a week, in fact, one of the other two shows may be preempted entirely for a day. Do you know what happens on those days? Those shows just basically get the day off.
Correct. That's exactly
No
right.
questions asked.
That's exactly right.
Can't really put it any other way.
That's exactly
Now,
right.
to be fair, there's usually about 3 days in the year, including, I believe, next Wednesday, when we get off a little bit early for a very early East
I think
Coast
it's literally
road game.
like three.
Yeah,
3
3
games. Wednesdays, like a 10-10 start. We might get off an hour early.
The other shows, it's more in the 30 to 50 range of sometimes entire preemptions during the baseball season.
You can tell we haven't thought about this at all.
Yeah, we're just pulling this off the top of our head. I mean, it's not like we've ever talked about this.
No, I'm
We also replay the roundtable every Thursday at 5 o'clock.
That's true, too.
true too. That is true too. I'm very, very excited about.
So suck it, Eric.
Yes, suck it, Eric. How about that? Back to Ben's vertical video. Plow in the chat said, I find it funny that Ben is trying to go viral. He isn't. His bosses are trying to make him better.
Did Adam get a new job over at Channel 10?
Your bosses just want you and everybody else to do it the right way.
Another tool in the toolbox.
Right.
The way modern media works. It's not all just about doing your story on television. You've got to be able to adapt to the 21st century landscape. So, yeah, the reason why we didn't post the video apparently has something to do with the algorithm. If you post too many videos, then Instagram or TikTok or wherever it is will slap your hand and they will throttle down your videos. So you have to be very judicious. Like 2 or 3 a day, spaced apart in the number of hours. They already had a couple of them yesterday, so they didn't want to overly schedule. And I said, well, it's kind of dumb to post a Petco Park food video right after the team finishes a homestand. And they agreed. They said, well, that is kind of dumb. So why don't we hold it until next week when the Padres are going to be back home and post it like the day before they start another homestand. Yeah.
Nobody's going to be like, ooh, let's remember that for next Sunday.
Next Thursday, I think, is when the Padres return home to host the Rockies.
You see a day of, you're like, ooh, we're going to the game tonight.
Exactly.
That
and then let's share this with everybody. Ooh, I want to watch this because I'm heading to the game. So we decided strategically to wait on posting that video until next week.
And it has nothing to do with what we talked about after the show.
It does not.
So we were leaving the show yesterday, and Ben, all of a sudden, he had told us, the whole story of the vertical video, and he goes, I think the only thing I had a problem with was what was the girl's name?
Emily. Coffey.
When Emily says to me, okay, Ben, so we're going to get the first shot here. Just walk naturally up to just walk naturally up to the counter.
When he told us that,
I fell out.
he like went pale. He was like, well, I don't know what that means. I'm like, I don't actually know what that means.
I laughed.
She didn't realize how much she spun me up.
I laughed so in the elevator. I was like, no, I couldn't believe it.
It wasn't just walking normal. It wasn't just the count. She wanted me to walk all the way from like the top of the concourse in the 200 Toyota Terrace, like all the way. And she's going to film me like 100 yards of walking.
Does she
and
know who
just
she's
walk naturally?
filming?
Like walk naturally. I don't know how to do this.
So she tells him.
Ben can maybe pull it off for like a 3-second clip.
I mean, Paulie.
The whole concourse?
Maybe 3 seconds.
And she says, "Oh, but we'll
been working.
We'll speed it up in the video. It's like you'll just quickly, end up at the stand, so it shows everybody how to get there."
Why don't you just get me at the stand ordering it? How about that? People know that I didn't helicopter in and drop out. Like they know that I eventually walked up there. Just get me at the stand.
Yeah, but you got to show how to get there.
You got to show the process is apparently very important in these vertical videos. You got to show the whole process from start to finish.
You got to know, they came up those escalators.
Yeah, okay.
Like, they turned left right there. There it is.
There it
right
is.
there next to
we are.
Whatever.
So he tells us this, and I thought to myself, I go, he's not wrong. Well, so if you remember on the show a few months ago, he said, he just randomly was like, guys, I have a question for you. Do I walk funny? And we both go, yes, like immediately. And he's like, I knew it. I saw a reflection in the mirror. I've been working on it. And he's been working on it. I've seen you slip into the old habits. It happens. Sure. But I also have seen the new gate.
Let's go back to December 4th.
Question for you guys. Been bothering me. This, pretty much for the last 30 years.
No.
Do I walk funny?
Yes.
I thought so.
Damn it, man. I was hoping, Paul, that was the one question he would never ask.
I mean, we could not have been quicker.
Couldn't have been quicker. And on my children's lives, I had no idea he was going to ask that question.
Yeah. Do I walk funny?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite moments.
So
man.
Good.
So
I appreciate your honesty and candor.
So it was gate is what it was. So he tells us this, and I started thinking about it on the ride down the elevator, and I go, wait a minute. I go, I think that's extremely unfair for her to ask you to do that, and not just you. I go, even if she said, all right, Woodsy, walk down the concourse and look natural doing it. I go, I can't do it. I cannot do it.
You're just like,
we were in the parking lot. I was like, I can't.
You're like, how do I walk?
What do I do with my arms when I'm walking? I don't remember.
How do I walk to a counter? How do you walk to a counter?
We were walking to our cars, and
we were all like,
there's a curb there, and I go, how do I walk off a curb?
I would honestly say, like, that would be the thing in acting that would be like, I can't do this. I'm not doing it. Quentin Tarantino's like, all right, just all you have to get out of the car and walk to the store. And I can't do it. Do it again. I couldn't do it. I walk fairly normally. I have a little hunch, but I'm working on that, trying to keep my shoulders back.
But then when I work on it, it looks like I'm working on it too. It's like
it's so,
it doesn't look natural.
No. I was laughing so hard. I go, the next actor I meet, I'm going to be like, can I watch you walk from the bathroom to the studio? I want to see what you look like when you walk. Walking normally is, if somebody has a camera on you, it's not easy to do. And you rarely see somebody doing it well in a video.
The method, the Stanislavski method, where you actually just get into like the life of the character. You have to become the character.
Mm-hmm.
I think really you have to do the method walking. Like you are playing the role of a normal person who is just walking somewhere.
Right.
And you have to live that life. Like you completely forget there's cameras anywhere. And you're just going, I am simply this person, and I am walking to wherever I am trying to get to.
I'm telling you, man, if somebody puts a camera on me and says, all right, it's real simple. Well, we'll get you coming around the corner. I'll be like, I can't do it. I can pretend to do all sorts of things. I pretend to be a sports radio host every single day. I can pretend to do a lot of things. I can't do it either. I laughed at you, but then I was like, no, I'm laughing at me. Paulie too. We were like, there's no way. There's no way.
Tough to do.
Try it in the hall just to see, like, all right, how would you look if you walked All right, action, and just walk down the hall.
Next time, I'll just tell Emily, hide before I get there. And don't tell me
you're filming.
That you're filming. And
That's
I'll
like B-roll.
I'll think I haven't even started yet.
Yes.
And I'll just walk up, and then you'll say, oh, I already got you walking up before you even knew that we were filming.
That's I think, the key. That's the key, which is just insane. So here's the thing. I asked you yesterday, when's this video coming up? Because now we have to dissect, like the Zapruder film. We have to dissect this walk, and it's still not out yet.
No, I asked my bosses, and I said, I think it's scheduled for 5:00 today. I go, that would be a horrible time. That'll be like 30 minutes after the homestand ends. That's not a good time to post this video. Let's just hold off until next week.
Yeah, it's going to have to be next week when they come back. Okay.
You're going to have to be patient.
Oh, man. Well, how was everybody else's day yesterday?
Oh, my day was fine. I want to know how your day went.
Oh, mine?
Yeah. Your appointment.
No problem.
Really?
Zero.
Just easy as pie.
The only problem is the washing of the soap off. That's the only problem. There's you have to scrub your genitals and your hands well with this thing. I've told this before. And then there's a sink.
They want it sterile.
It's got to be sterile.
Like
and
a medical sponge.
And then and it smells good too. I like the smell of the medical soap and the sponge. I wish I had a fresh one in my shower every day, to be honest with you. There's a sink, and then there's the what do you call it's like it's like the hose. It detaches, the detachable sprayer.
So yeah, it's not the faucet, but it's like a detachable nozzle.
Detachable nozzle. Well, you have to scrub and wash, get all the soap off of your hands and your genitals. And then which is fine if they have like a drain in the floor where you can just stand, but they don't. You have to.
That makes
you have to get it.
No sense.
You have to get over, and then you spray, and then it goes down your legs, and you hear it pooling on the ground, on the floor, and then you see it, but you have to get it all off. You have to make sure you're clean as a whistle, and then you see the water start seeping, seeping under the couch into
and then the panic starts.
The panic starts to set in, and so you dry, and then you get down on your hands and knees, and you dry that and clean that up. Before you do the deed.
They know the process too. That feels like they could make it a little bit.
I legit thought put in like a mobile home shower. A shower,
like a stand-up
shower stall with a drain that you get in. Because I go, dude, there's got to be mold under here because I can't be the only guy. Guys, there was a pool of water, a big puddle. I'm standing in it and it's running over towards my clothes that are on the floor. That's the only problem. Then after that, it's like the fourth time I've done this. I just knuckled down, dude. I just fought through it and got through it and remembered the label. Remembered the label this time. And then I turned on the light. Yeah. And then you were done. And that was it. And then I was out of there. I texted you guys when I got there. I go, all right, well, it's time. And sent you a picture of the layout. Oh,
counter area.
Put the layout on the stream if you can.
Oh yeah,
people can see the sink.
We got to see it. There's a whole posted notice with all the various rules that you must observe while producing your deposit.
That's right. Yeah. And there was a ton of rules, but there is no way to
Stroganoff.
There's no way to accurately and without making a huge mess do that. Like get everything dialed the way that they want it.
It's just a normal kind of counter with a sink.
It's just a counter.
And a little hole for trash to go into the trash can under the sink, and that's about it.
Yeah, and I was in and out in about 13 minutes, all in, like with the scrubbing and the cleaning and everything else.
Standing or couch? What did you do?
I couldn't do it. I tried the standing. It didn't work. Prayer method.
On the floor again.
Yeah, old faithful. There it is. Look. That's it. You need a hair wash sink. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the sink, and then there's the nozzle. And you have to now see the little stand on the ground? They have a stand that you can stand up and get a little bit taller.
Oh, yeah.
But not enough.
A step stool.
And so you have to rest everything on that granite.
It's a lot of leaning.
And look how much space there is on that granite.
Overhang.
Between
it's not helping. That's not helping.
That does not.
There's an overhang that You're like another, looks almost like a foot from the sink,
Yes.
from the edge of the counter that you got to really
You gotta
lean
get up and over.
and you're spraying yourself with water.
I'm telling you, man.
And there's no drain under you if you miss.
No.
It just runs all over the
It
floor.
runs all over the sink, all over the floor.
That just does not seem like the appropriate room for that.
No, Paulie, there needs to be a better vibe in there. There's just got to be maybe one of those plush love sacks or something. Like it, dim the lights. The lighting's very.
You want everything to be very cleanable.
Yeah.
But you also
True.
don't want it to look like some sort of killing floor either.
So it was that was the only part of it. And I will say my mood was bolstered by the Padres win. Does that make sense? It really was.
It does.
It really, really was. I was in a much, much better headspace after the Padres victory yesterday. Enjoyed that very, very much.
Crank your hog.
That's right. So I was fine. Everything went great.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, when you get more experience at something,
That's true.
It
tends to be a little
become
easier.
a little bit easier
That's
for
right.
sure.
That's right.
Do you think you're done now?
I sure hope so, bud. I really do, because I want my part to be over at this point. So I'm happy to help in any way I can, but I'd like it to be finished.
Other than the decades of parenting.
Correct. In my mind, though, the hard part is over. This was the hard part for me. I love being a parent.
That was the hard part.
That was the worst part of all of it. I don't mind the diapers. I don't mind the crying. I don't mind any of it. I love it. I miss it. I'm looking forward to it if it materializes. But that for me was the hardest part of all of it. So thank you for asking.
It's funny how we feel less urgency to talk about a win than a loss.
Yeah.
Like the last couple of days, it's been hard not to just jump in. We already had kind of almost started the game talk. We will get to it though. Coming up next, we will go through the Padres 7-1 series finale victory over the San Francisco Giants yesterday. We will set the menu for the rest of our 3-hour individual program, followed by our epic roundtable season debut coming up from 9 to 10 o'clock with our entire cast and guest panelist Darnay Tripp. All coming up. It's Ben Woods and Paul. Good morning to you. Glad to have you with us on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Humul Casino Resort, now open.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna. Talking a little bit about the launch yesterday during the break. Didn't follow it that closely. We were all watching the Padres game, but I did see the video after the game. countdown, T-10, going up into the air.
You know what video I saw? I saw a video from Florida University softball. They had a game going on near the launch site.
And they could see
and the girls
rocket.
during the game on camera are like all pointing over there.
Amazing.
And the whole crowd like all turns their head and grabs their phones. And you see this rocket going off.
Yeah, Paulie didn't realize that, we haven't gone to the moon since the Apollo missions. Now, this Artemis 2, whatever it is, they're not landing on the moon. They're preparing for a future mission that is going to land on the moon, but they're just taking a loop around and coming back. But it only takes, 15 minutes or so to get to space in that rocket, but it's like a 4-day trip to the moon.
No,
so
thank you.
No thanks.
they're going to be up there for a while making that journey.
I guess I don't follow that stuff very closely. It honestly freaks me out and kind of hurts my brain to think about space and the infiniteness of it. But I would have assumed that we were like sending people to the moon every year or something. They haven't done that in a long time in the space program. But what really amazed me is that, and I saw this tweet yesterday, when they went back in the 60s, the Apollo missions landing on the moon. They said in this mission, each of the astronauts has their own iPhone with them.
Yeah.
Each iPhone, just iPhone, has 200,000 times more processing power than the entire Apollo missions did in the 1960s. They did
Say it again. How many more?
Each iPhone has 200,000 times more processing ability than the entire mission in the 1960s. That's how far computer technology has advanced. But then you think about, they did the whole moon thing basically like writing numbers by hand.
Bro,
like
I just watched Apollo 13.
making
and he's
the
like, all right,
calculations,
hang on.
slide rules.
Yes. And he's like, if my numbers are correct, we should be fine.
Which is crazy.
Hold on. Let me write these down again. It's freezing up there. Remember, his like hands are frozen.
You
He's
get the
trying to
math
do math.
wrong, they're all dead.
They're dead.
Wow.
Remember, he's like, we have to enter into the atmosphere
Just
at the
the right
size
angle.
of a size of a pinhead
Yeah.
or something. I was like, dude, come on, man. It was weird, because we just watched that movie, and to think about, it looked rickety. It looked rickety as hell. Apollo 13 when they were up in it, they had to build that filter out of the stuff they found around. It's got to be
spacecraft have to be very light in order to get up there, which means those aluminum, like the walls of the spacecraft, very thin,
like a Coke can.
Yeah, not like a big like tank or anything. No, those are flimsy craft up there that they are going to space. Astronauts are pretty amazing people.
You couldn't pay me to get into a rocket. You just couldn't. I have no desire to explore space.
And I think you can argue with everything that's going on. Should we be doing this right now?
Right.
It's certainly expensive, takes a lot of resources, but
pretty cool when it happens.
The way that it kind of unites everybody, like with the hope and just like for humanity, like, okay, if we put our minds together,
we can do it.
We can do pretty amazing things.
For sure.
Especially smart people can do incredible things. It does give me some hope, and I think hope's been in a bit of short supply the last few years worldwide with everything that goes on.
Jack says inspiring future explorers incoming. I like that very much. I am not one, and that's okay. Explore away, more for you. There's less competition. I have no desire to get in a moon unit and fly up to the moon or even enter the.
Can you see any scenario if technology advanced so vastly in the next 20, 30 years where like we were sending people to space as if they were getting on an airplane? Would you do it?
No. Too scared.
I would think about it. Yeah,
I would not.
I don't think I could.
If I was like terminal, I would do it. But I there's a lot of things if I was terminal, I would try. But, now if they're like, Woodsy, we want you to come up there. We need some comic relief. But absolutely not.
Come to our podcast.
I'm too scared. I'll tell you right now, I am too scared. You watch this guy in the G-forces in the movie.
They need to figure out a way to minimize some of the G-forces and stuff.
Wake me up when I'm up there.
Point, I think about it. I enjoy flying and looking out the window of planes. It seems like it'd be an incredible view.
You don't even like roller coasters. You're gonna get on a rocket?
I don't. That's why I said it would have to be. They'd have to as Paulie said, advance the technology to the point where it's more like taking a
flight,
a flight, but you end up in space. I would consider that. Yeah, I don't want to go on a rickety roller coaster ride to space.
That's fair.
So. That's fair. We got a busy show. We should probably get to it. We'll talk some Padres baseball. Get to our wrap up of the Padres' second win of the year. In our 7 o'clock hour, we'll have Don't Do This at 7:20. Some Throwback Thursday elements from Paulie that's pulled from our archives. And then at 7:35, in-season Sammy Levit will join us to wrap up the Padres' first homestand. His experiences there at all 6 games, doing the pre- and post-game show. In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play a Throwback Thursday game of Real or Fake, try to qualify a listener for Las Vegas. And then our first Smart Baseball segment of the year when Eno Sarris from The Athletic joins us at 8:35, and then right to the roundtable at 9 o'clock, commercial free, our epic Padres roundtable coming up at 9. So let's get to it. We'll check traffic, and we'll go into yesterday's 7-1 win over the Giants in our Grap Up coming up next year, live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Allard.
This traffic report is brought to you by Rivermark Medical. Big crash northbound 805 at Murray Ridge Road. 3 left lanes are blocked. Delays go all the way back to University Avenue. And another accident on the 52 westbound at Mass Boulevard slows you down. Rivermark Medical is conducting a rapid 3 study for FlowStent, a minimally invasive device designed to relieve symptoms from BPH. Men 45 or older suffering from frequent, painful, or difficulty urinating may qualify. Learn more at rivermarkmedical.com. That's rivermarkmedical.com. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like better than losing. Are you ready?
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
I liked last night's game.
It's time for the
Padres Grap Up
with Ben and Woods.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Merrill runs. Manny bounces it towards third base. Chapman charges it. Has it near the bag. Throw to first. Is in time, but it goes off the glove of Schmidt. Rolls into right field. Merrill trying to score. Lee's throw knocked down by Bailey. And the Padres take a 1-0 lead. 0-1 to Bogarts. Big lead. Fernando started and stopped. Xander slow chopper to the left side. Chapman cuts in front of Adames. He's got it. Throw to first is over. Schmidt. Sheets comes in to score. Tatis on his way to third. Bogarts to second, and another misfire on the infield by the Giants leads to the second Padre run of the day. 2 on and 1 out. The pitch. Sheets lines it into right center field. That's a base hit. Laureano's rounding third. He's going to come in to score. Cronenworth speeds into third base and into second with an RBI double. Gavin Sheets. 3-0 San Diego. With that summer leagues, and he lines this one into left field. It'll be an RBI single as Luis Arraez comes in to score the first run of the day for the Giants. Bader had the home run here on Monday night. Now an RBI single this afternoon. It is a 3-1 game. Laureano steps into this one, sends it in the air to deep left field. Ramos is back at the wall. This one gonna go. 2-run homer, Ramon Laureano. His second of the season. And the Padres add on. It's 5-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Runners lead at all 3 bases. Fernando and the ultimate hitter scout. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And a slow roller to the left of the mound. It'll be backhanded by Bruto. He kind of dropped it. Chapman picked it up. No play to be made. Cronenworth scored. Everybody safe at 6-1. 0-2 from Mason Miller. Here's the pitch to Bader. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Miller to seal the deal. Picks up his second save of the year. And the Padres end the homestand on a high note. A 7-1 victory over the Giants here this afternoon.
I got to give credit to Randy Knorr. This was his lineup. I said, I'm tired. I'm not working really well on this. And he goes, Gregor, that's good because I had one already written up for you. So we're riding with Randy right now.
Not bad.
For how long?
Craig Stammen gets his first career win on Saturday. Randy Knorr picks up his first career managerial win on Wednesday.
I love that he's like, man, I'm struggling with this lineup. Hang on, I got one for you. He pulls out of his back pocket.
You really want my input? I'm not really prepared. Actually, here you go.
I never thought you'd ask.
I've been working on this every day. No,
it's good lineup, Randy.
Great lineup.
I like the little lineup Randy put together.
It worked. You still had that feeling that Don't let this one get away, right? You've been able to score a couple of runs on some fluky plays. You weren't really hitting the ball all that well, but you did enough. You did enough to win, Ben. And I think you got to. It starts and stops with Nicky P yesterday. He was spectacular, punching out 8 yesterday, 82 pitches. I thought AJ Cassavell made the nice point on Twitter. If you're wondering why they're not letting Nicky P, who's cruising, ride a little bit more. He had the dead arm in spring training, not quite as built up as some of the other guys. Had the very short outing on opening day. No problem at all. Turn it over to your bullpen. Your bullpen is your strength.
And you had a day off today, so the back end was rested.
Yep.
You knew you could probably get 2 innings, or if you needed it, even more than 3 outs from Mason Miller, as you ended up getting. And it worked out quite well. But you're right, Nick Pivetta, night and day from his first start. And whether it was too much adrenaline on opening day, maybe that's something you keep in mind for the future.
Yes.
How you control that. But yesterday he looked like so much of last season.
Yeah, he was outstanding.
Yeah, he still had the adrenaline, but he was channeling it, controlling it. Good location, great movement, sharp breaking balls. It was just classic Nick Pivetta from last year. And it also helps when you're not playing from behind. You get an early lead in the first inning. Thank you very much to Casey Schmidt, Aztec for life, but helping out his hometown team with the error on the throw in the first inning. Did not grab that ball. It's maybe a different game because probably an out at first base from Manny Machado. Instead, Jackson Merrill comes all the way around from first and scores and gives the Padres that early lead.
Yeah, I thought it was spectacular. He was so freaking good yesterday. And again, thanks to Casey Schmidt, it's a tough day in the big leagues for him. Dropping 2 balls that, frankly, I mean, there's no business. Matt Chapman is one of the best in the game and made 2 really good throws. And the kind of unnecessary stretch there at the end took about 6 inches off of his height, and it just went right over his glove on that second one. And then they conferred on the mound, and you saw what happened. Matt Chapman, as Casey Schmidt walks in, looks at him dead in the eye and goes, "Catch the effing ball. Catch the effing ball." And Casey Schmidt did not say a word. Not one single word. He just wore it. And I thought that was a really interesting part of the game, Benjamin.
It went viral. People watching Matt Chapman's reaction. Some people liked it. I thought it was awful, honestly. I thought Matt Chapman,
I didn't like it.
He should know better, right?
Casey Schmidt's feeling terrible about it already. And then you're just going to make him feel worse about it. Is that leadership? Is that what you feel like you have to do as a team leader? Like call out a guy right there in front of a sold out crowd at Petco Park? Yeah, you may not, they can't see exactly what you're saying, but you get cameras on you.
It wasn't that hard to figure it out.
It wasn't that hard. And you're embarrassing a teammate who's already feeling embarrassed. Maybe you want to say something privately, but I sincerely doubt that Casey Schmidt had any notion like what he was doing was absolutely fine over there. Like he knew it's not okay. Why would you do that, Matt Chapman? I don't understand.
My guess is just furious. Heat of the moment, furious. Like we're letting this game slip away. And the one throw was into the runner, but it should have. It was handleable, right?
They both should have been caught.
Both should have been caught.
Chapman actually got charged with the error on the second one. Seemed a little unfair.
He got charged with the error. Oh,
they switched. The first one they charged him, and then they switched it to Schmidt. I think the second one they just left it on Chapman.
That's crazy.
Neither of them really were Chapman's fault. They were both decent enough throws that could have gotten the runner at first.
These guys are pros. At any other level, if that happens, that third baseman, if it's Matt Chapman, your freshman third baseman, he's getting his ass chewed by the coach, right? Like he's getting chewed out for that. Like, bro, you don't show up your teammate. We don't show up the opponent. We're not showing up our own teammates out here. Like every time you punch out, is Casey Schmidt gonna be like, dude, swing the effing bat? Like, no, that's not how we work as a team. I thought it was. I understand it, and I understand the heat of the battle. But I thought, man, at least throw your glove up over your mouth or something. Something. Take them down in the hallway.
How about, you know what? I got you, man. We'll
get it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We'll get it.
We will get this. We will come back. Don't worry about it, man. I mean, if you want to spin out your first baseman and make it even harder on the next throw, then getting mad at him. I mean, Jason says what's not okay. His job is to catch the ball. And Casey Schmidt knows that. He knows that better than anybody out there. I just don't think you're helping the situation if you're Matt Chapman by publicly calling out your teammate in front of everybody on the mound.
Showing up your teammate. And yeah, Jordan, I know it's not high school. I just said it. Every other level except for MLB, that guy's getting his ass chewed, period, by his coach. Yeah. Every other level.
Really, at every other level, you should be using it as a teaching moment.
100%.
Here's what you did wrong. You stretched too much, and that lowered your arm angle, and you weren't able to get a throw that you should have gotten. At the lower levels, that's a teaching moment. At the big league level, you should know that already. There's not really a lot of teaching going on. You just have to execute. But I don't know that getting mad at someone is going to make them execute better in the future. Yeah. I think it's just going to make you even more spun out in your own head.
Giants fans were incensed because they have Bryce Eldridge he's down at AAA, and he's 6'7". He can catch everything thrown.
Yeah, Schmidt's not a first baseman by nature.
He's really not.
A converted first baseman now?
I don't know that Tony Vitello said anything. I don't think he had to, because they did address it after the game, and Matt Chapman was like, yeah, I obviously I said it, and we're cool. I talked to him, apologized, and we moved on. You have to, right? Like Casey Schmidt's like, I don't care. I should have caught the ball.
Like I know if
they
I
both handled it well after the fact.
I mean, if I played third base, first base, if I was Casey Schmidt, like it wouldn't even have gotten to that point because I would have walked directly over to Chapman on the mound.
Chest.
And I'm
sorry,
like, dude,
sorry,
that's all on me. I'm so sorry. Or if I'd wait till the dugout. He's the first person I'm going to be like, that's on me, bro. I apologize. Like, we'll get the next one.
We've all done it.
You're fine.
We've all done it.
I don't think this is gonna spiral the Giants.
No, anything. I don't either. I thought it was wild, though. I thought it was wild. Just right to his face. Just catch the effing ball. Catch the effing ball like a psychopath. But no, I don't. I'm with you. I don't think it's gonna, ruin the Giants clubhouse or anything like that. It's a frustrated dude. Two frustrated guys, but Casey just standing there wearing it, I thought showed a lot of heart too.
Oh yeah, I think that right there said it's over now.
Yeah,
like he heard it. He wore it and just sat there and took it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we heard the Ramon Laureano home run, and he gets a lot of credit for being the one guy who's consistently performed offensively for the Padres on the opening homestand. But really the difference, you mentioned Nick Pivetta. The other one for me is Gavin Sheets.
Oh, spectacular.
You needed Gavin Sheets to produce, especially against right-handers. Didn't do it the whole homestand. Padres only scored 2 or 3 runs. Then you have a game where Gavin Sheets goes 2 for 3, drives in runs, has a double, and all of a sudden the Padres score 7. That's, to me, a sign of how critical Gavin Sheets is to the success of this year's team. They need Gavin Sheets to replicate or even improve on what he did last year. And one of the reasons I was so high on the Padres lineup coming out of spring is I was very convinced that we were going to see a red-hot Gavin Sheets start the season well and put up big numbers. So when he didn't the first 5 games, no wonder the Padres couldn't score. He's in the middle of their lineup. He's the one lefty that really puts some fear into right-handed pitchers in the Padres lineup. He does nothing. Yeah, it's not a great lineup against righties for the Padres. Once he does some things, all of a sudden it's not that hard for the Padres to score runs.
Yeah, no doubt. And there needs to be, I think it's early, obviously, but there was a couple of really bad situational hitting scenes going on yesterday. Xander Bogaerts was one of them. It's like the last place on the planet you can roll that ball over is to Matt Chapman. The contact play is something that you can debate for the rest of your life.
We did on text message. Woods hates it. I think it's essential.
I don't
on the big league level.
I don't. Paulie hated it. I didn't hate it. Paulie's the one that sent the video.
Paulie
evidence.
hated it.
Yeah, I can literally
not to the corners.
I can literally go either way. Like if you're coaching third, you tell the guy anywhere but here, like anywhere but right at the third baseman. Now it was a number. He had to go make a play. You calculate it in the moment. Contact plays on. You go. I realize how difficult it is if Chapman picks that ball up and throws to first and they get the out for the next guy to get hit. I do realize that. Like
I think that's a tougher play to first than to home.
I do too.
But you don't have to be successful that often for the contact play to make sense.
Yeah.
And let me explain what I mean. if you've got a runner on third and there's one out and you want to score that run, obviously you've got a better chance of scoring it with an out than with a single on the next batter. So if you just stay, no contact play on, like let's play it safe. If it's a ground ball, you hold.
Yep.
You're relying on the next guy to get a hit. Well, the odds that the next guy are going to get a hit, probably only 25 to 30%. No one hits over 300 in baseball anymore. So all the contact play really has to be successful more than 1 out of every 4 times, and you're getting a run. If you pressure a guy into a bad throw,
you're styling
you're going to have to accept that it's going to be an out sometimes. But you probably weren't going to score that run anyway with 2 outs, because getting a hit with 2 outs and runners in scoring position is really hard.
My point was, hit that ball anywhere else in the infield and it's a run, or in the outfield. How about a sac fly? Like the one place you can't, 2 places you can't hit it back to the mound. And
Which
you can't
is
hit
easier
it
said than done.
I don't like the contact, but just like you said, the mound. Like give that ball a second to see where it's going. Because if that's hit at second, short, maybe even first,
but as
maybe
we saw
first,
in the World Series, you hesitate for a second, you get a late start.
You're done.
That's what makes the contact play not work. You've got to go. If you're going to go, you got to go instantly and put the pressure on the defense to make a perfect play. Now, it didn't need to be perfect that time, but that is going to happen when you have the contact play on occasionally.
Yeah, I listen, I'm just, even how about a bunt, TVO 247? How about a little push bunt up the first baseline? Look who's back. Time and place, as I've always said.
Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. One other item that I think some Padres fans had issues with in yesterday's game. We'll get to that. Little throwback Thursday coming up next here on The Fan. You might be surprised. We just had a debate about our upcoming Throwback Thursday clip, and we had to convince Woods that we should play it. It's very rare that you're the one
That's true.
that hesitates about playing funny old content.
It's
awkward, though, for both of us.
It's very awkward.
It's
I don't mind awkward.
It's very awkward
It's
for both of
uncomfortable.
us. We'll get to that in just a second. Sammy Levit will join us at the bottom of the hour to talk Padres baseball. All guests on Bennett Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking. It is better. I'm not going to make a mountain out of this molehill. I will bring it up. I saw some people unhappy that after Mason Miller came in for Adrian Morejon to get the last out of the 8th inning and what was still a 3-1 game at that point, and then the Padres went on to score 4 in the bottom of the 8th and make it a 7-1 game. People were wondering, why do you leave Mason Miller in at that point? Save him for future occasions. Now, because he came in a 2-run game, he still gets credit for the save
Correct.
if he finishes the game.
That's why he left him in.
And I think, why he left him in. I also think knowing he had only pitched once on the homestand, and he only ended up with 19 pitches total,
Bro,
and there's a day off today.
Well, who's mad about this?
I saw a few people going like, you should take Mason Miller out when you get a 6-run lead, save him, limited bullets. And it's true. We've talked to Eno about it. You only get worse as the season goes on, the more pitches you throw.
I feel like he gets better.
I know. He seemed like he got better last year.
How good did he look in the playoffs, which was the last games of the year?
True.
He threw the fastest pitch he threw last year was the last game of the year, I believe, or the second to last.
And we talked yesterday morning. Mason Miller's going to have to pitch in this game, whether they're down 8 or up 12. You needed to get him some work. Well, they got him some work. It luckily also happened to be a save.
You got him some work. B, you locked that game down that I don't want to say desperately had to win, but I was feeling pretty desperate. How about you, Padre fan?
Yeah.
Were you feeling pretty desperate for a win? I know I was. How do you think Craig Stammen was feeling? So if I've got Mason Miller down there, he hasn't pitched in a few days. We have a day off. Yeah, dude. 4-out save. Done.
AJ Casabell followed up with Stammen after the game. It was a quick little bit here.
Was that 1 or 2 more, and it wouldn't have been Mason?
Yeah, probably. We're probably saying 1 more, just because it was such a long time and the pitcher injury and bringing in a new guy. But that quick double play kind of ended that discussion.
I love it. I thought
seemed like the right move.
Who would you have gone to?
It's amazing.
What would you have done?
It's amazing how many factors that we don't even think about it go into that decision, though. Like, yes, we need to get Mason work, but that bottom of the inning was so long, and there was a pitcher injury. We were worried about having that big gap between Mason's one batter and then the next 3 batters. But because Jackson Merrill tapped into that double play to end the inning quickly, we felt comfortable bringing Mason back. They wanted to get him work, but they don't want to risk injury. They were thinking about all of those things that went into the equation of whether or not they'd bring him back for the 9th inning. But for Mason, he gets the save. And I think he gets some much needed work there at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Postal Blue says, well, you want to build him up, and Game 6 already going for a 4-out save. I had zero problem with it at all. I feel like that they desperately needed that win. They desperately needed that win, and I know it's just the first week of the season, but he was great. And by the way, why mess around? Why go with another option when you're like, all right, man, I'm up. I'm ready to go for this 4-out save. It's still a save situation. So my closer still gets a save in the books.
This is also an argument about why you should use Mason Miller aggressively, sometimes earlier in the game, because the highest leverage situation in that game for a pitcher was that 3rd out in the 8th
when
inning.
They brought him in.
Tying run at the plate. Adrian Morejon had already thrown 32 pitches, starting to tire. This is where the game is on the line. You bring him in, there's always the possibility the Padres score a bunch of runs in the bottom of the inning, and then you don't need him in the 9th.
Correct.
You used him when you used him. If you had left Adrian Morejon in, or if you had brought someone else in there and given up the lead, then you saved Mason Miller for nothing at all. You didn't even need him in the 9th. Use him in those high leverage situations, and then you can decide whether to bring him back, or, you know what, if he had a really tough at bat, or he walked a guy and then got the next guy and had already thrown 20 pitches, you could have brought someone else in the ninth inning with a 6-run lead or even a 2-run lead. But it's a higher leverage situation in the 8th than even in the 9th inning because there's already a runner on.
And that's exactly right. That's why I had zero problem with it. I'm surprised that people did. Actually, no, I'm not.
People will have problems with just about everything in a baseball game, we've learned. So I just wanted to just kind of bring it up. I didn't
I had
see anything wrong with it.
There were problems in the game yesterday. They're not infallible to criticism. I thought, a lot of rollovers early, man. Holy smokes. You said in the text to me, I'm getting tired of these lineouts to the outfield. And I didn't write back, but in my mind I went, I'll take the lineouts.
Oh, no, I mean just the results not going the Padres' way. I feel like Fernando Tatis has 1 or 2 every game, where he scorches a ball right at an outfielder. It's like, when are these going to start falling in? And then in the 8th inning, they started falling in.
They will.
Sheets, they start. Eventually, Manny hits a double down. You're like, okay, finally, they hit some balls that are hard hit to the outfield that don't go right at the outfielder's glove.
You keep doing that, I think you're going to have a good season. You keep rolling it over, I don't think you're going to have a good season.
Correct.
But that kind of bugged me. Some poor situational hitting yesterday when you're trying to score runs. You're an offense that desperately needs it. I thought Freddie Fermin did a nice job situational hitting.
Really nice.
Really nice job. So, but yeah, I mean, you can't be stranding leadoff doubles out there. You just can't. It cannot happen. It can't. You're too good for that to happen. It's going to happen from time to time. Don't make that a trend.
True.
Right.
All right, let's get to Throwback Thursday. And again, this is an awkward one for both of us because this clip, Paulie, came within the first week or week and a half of our show. We just had our anniversary.
We started on the 27th.
We had our anniversary last week. So if it was today, 8 years ago.
April 2nd that this clip happened.
Bro, that is.
So 5 days?
5 days in.
Back at the old station. And Woods and I are just starting to get to know each other. Woods, of course, came from an FM radio background, totally different style of radio. I was still am, but very straight-laced sports radio host, and we're trying to figure out what balance the show is going to have. And for the first time, Woods had an idea. Let's do something a little zany. And this was during Loyola's run to the Final Four. And Sister Jean, rest in peace. Just this year. Amazing. She was 8 years ago. She was already almost 100. She finally passed away this year. But Woods, who had attended Loyola, didn't know Sister Jean, but
heard of her.
She was everywhere during March Madness. And he said, let's pretend Sister Jean is calling
on the phone.
Like that was the only story of the March Madness tournament that year. It was the only story. It was Sister Jean.
No one would shut up about
and
it.
Loyola, and we had this new guy on our show now who went to Loyola of Chicago. Like it was just crazy how it all worked out. Like I said, 5 shows in. I don't have the best memory, but if memory serves me right, like this was our first ever bit.
This
was our first ever planned bit on the show,
but
8 years ago.
But here's the problem. I had never done a bit. I had never done a fake interview. Like clearly this is Woods pretending to be Sister Jean.
And Ben, just roll with me. And
Ben, act natural.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. This was the
origin.
Act natural, like you're naturally interviewing
the
Sister
acting
Jean.
from Ben on this. Like I listened to it last night, and I kind of was like closing one ear and cringing. But here it was, April 2nd, 2018, the first ever bit in Ben and Woods show history.
Ben and Woods, welcome back Monday morning on San Diego sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Let's start that again.
Started. Coming at you live this morning from Mighty 1090.
Did not catch that yesterday.
Good. Wow. Wow.
All right, one more time.
Do we have to play more? That's enough. That's enough.
Ben and Woods, welcome back Monday morning on San Diego sports leader, the mighty 1090. And where is Woodsy? What happened to him?
He was complaining earlier about some stomach issues. I mean, he ran out during the break.
Back here. This is the guest he's been waiting for. I mean, he's our Loyola guy. I can't believe he's not in the studio right now because joining us, we got it ready here on the Corky's hotline. Oh my God. From Loyola University. That is right. She is with us right now. Sister Jean Dolores Schmidt, the darling of the NCAA tournament, 98-year-old nun all the way to the Final Four before Loyola fell to Michigan on Saturday night. Sister Jean, it is such a pleasure to have you on with our listeners here in San Diego. How are you doing, my dear? How was your Easter?
Good morning, Bill. It's good to be here with you this morning on the mighty 640.
Dear, it's Ben and Woods, and we're looking for Woods, but it's the mighty 1090. And how was your Easter? I mean, how has this NCAA tournament been for you, my dear?
I love Easter so much. Our Lord and Savior rose from the dead, but my favorite part of all on Easter Sunday is I will wake up and have 4 Cadbury eggs. I like to bite right in the middle and let the cream run down my chin. I don't even care if I make a mess.
Is that healthy? Is that okay for a woman your age?
Son, I am 98 years old. Do you think I give a rat's ass about what I eat anymore at all?
Well, Sister Jean, it sounds like you're taking this loss very hard. I only wish that I could say something to cheer you up a little bit, but I certainly.
Where is that no good Woods? Now listen.
Did you know him when he was on campus? He
did.
Says he doesn't remember you.
Yes. How could I forget Mr. Woods? He minored in whores and cocaine. 78 years old was how old I was when that fellow was on campus. And I'll tell you, he's put on 45 pounds since his days at Loyola as a rambler and rarely in class. Plenty of drugs and alcohol for that young man.
Was he a ne'er-do-well? He was a ne'er-do-well, wasn't he?
I'm amazed he's gainfully employed anywhere other than a gas station. Let me put it that way.
Well, if he doesn't get back in the studio in a second or two, that gainful employment might be ending. So I'm sorry that
big surprise.
I'm sorry that he missed this conversation, Sister Jean, but I really hope that you get a chance in the next 10, 15 years to see your Loyola Ramblers get back to the tournament and the Final Four and make another run.
Well, Bill, let me tell you something. If I make it another 10 to 15 years, I'll go down in the science journals. You have a good day, Bachelor Boy.
Thank you, Sister Jean.
She made another 7.
Man, she did.
Pretty amazing.
Man.
Oh, it was so bad.
That was.
Dial it down, Ben.
Yeah, relax. Just
goodness.
Do less.
Gracious.
Do less.
Dial it down.
Hang on. Who is this person talking to Sister Jean?
Plenty of drugs and alcohol for that young man.
Was he a ne'er-do-well? He was a ne'er-do-well, wasn't he?
You're trying to do an accent because Woods is doing an accent, I think.
No, I
do the
not
beginning
know.
again.
Ben and Woods, welcome back Monday morning on San Diego sports leader, the mighty 1090. And
Monday morning, everybody. It's Ben and Woods.
I mean, holy smokes. Joe Davis is like, hey, bro, you're puking a little bit too much. Jesus, Ben. Never heard someone puke like that.
Somebody's in the chat, Bachelor Boy. So at that point, I think even before Woods hopped aboard the show, Ben had been telling us kind of what was going on with, he was receiving checks for Ben Higgins, the Bachelor on ABC, both ABC employees, both named Ben Higgins, and Ben was getting these massive podcast royalty checks or something.
It actually makes you sick to your stomach
Yes.
when you find out.
Of thousands of dollars
for a
Not to me.
podcast.
It was actually from the radio company I used to work for, because I was still on their list, and they sent me these giant checks. They weren't for me though.
It was more than my yearly salary at that point.
Yeah, it's true.
At the old
Ben
station.
Higgins Bachelor podcast.
Just a quarterly rating or royalty payment.
Yeah, just a quarterly payment.
And he was funny. We had him on the show. We got in touch with him, had him on. He was fine.
Yeah.
We did a whole bit about it, but I guess that must have been right around the Sister Jean call because you called him Bachelor Boy.
Bachelor Boy. Your wife, Paulie, Megan, says I had to leave the room when Paul played this a few days ago.
I wish I could have.
Well,
where's Woods? Where
is he?
Where did he go?
I just wish Woods was here, Sister Jean. He's clearly not.
So very surprised. I think there was part of my mind.
Well, there was no direction given.
That I was trying to make people think that it was actually Sister Jean.
Correct. Instead of just leaning into, hey, Woods is going to do a bit here,
Because I think you just like literally ran out. You're like during a commercial break, you're like, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to call in as Sister Jean. Hey, Ben, just interview me.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. And he just panicked. Yeah. I know my smoker's cough is gnarly, Cole. I have this cough without the fun of smoking, though. So it's really, really the worst. I'm trying to get over it, but I can't. But that was a good bit. I thought that was a good bit when I listened back to it. And the fact that it's so bad makes it better in my mind.
Well, I think it's easy to see that, hear that, and then go like, Bennett, you've gotten so much better at all your acting.
100%.
We've all improved.
He was so, I will say this, and don't take this as a slight. You were so uncomfortable with it before, during, and after that it made me not want to do any voices ever again.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Please don't take it as a slight, though.
I don't mean to insult you, but you almost killed Woodsy's creative.
Correct.
Passion.
You almost killed my life.
The show almost died that day.
It almost did. I just remember driving home going, I don't know if I can do this stuff anymore. Holy cow.
I mean, that was so against anything Ben had ever done in sports radio.
I love it. He went out of his comfort zone. And he's done that many
I'm sure
times.
even Darren Smith was like getting ready for his show at home or whatever. And he's like, what are these morons doing?
In my defense, other than Woods, everybody else at the station was like, no, they wanted me to be the normal sports guy, interview football writers.
Oh, so much.
Do everything. So I was even doubly uncomfortable that I normally would have been trying to do something different.
No doubt. You did great. And, appreciate
it. Took some convincing for us to play that clip today. I was like, look, I listened to it. Yes, it's cringe.
I was like,
it's very cringy.
I don't want it.
But I think it shows our growth as a show. And I think that's really the first bit we ever did. We were very sportsy those first 3 days. We had the commissioner of Major League Baseball on the first week of our show, day 2.
Maurice Jones-Drew. How's it going? It's weird to think about, man.
Who was our Joe Wiz?
Joe Wiz,
our gambling guy.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe. Who do you like today? Hey, how you doing, bro?
I can't tell you who I like.
7, but you got to go to my website first. I'm like, just sitting there going, what did we get ourselves into? And here we are, my friend, 8 years later. That was great.
I do have a little bit of good news. We don't have to play that again for another year.
Yeah, that's right. A year from today. That's exactly right.
Well, it usually has gotten passed up every week this time of year because I'm like, hey, this is our throwback clip of this week. And Wood's like, nah, I don't want to hear it again.
I want to hear it. Glad we did it, though. Good call, Paulie.
All right, we will come back. Don't do this. Somehow, CB Buckner is back again.
I mean, he didn't even do anything.
I know it wasn't his fault this time. He's just having a really...
He's on a generational run right now.
He's having a really bad week. And then Sammy Levit at the bottom of the hour. More Bennett Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It is time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
All right, I will start with what The Athletic called C.B. Buckner's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week. Started with his first time behind the plate in the Cincinnati Reds-Boston Red Sox game when he had the most challenges, ABS challenges, overturned. 6 of them in a single game. It then continued 2 days ago when he was at first base for the Brewers game against the Rays and just botched an incredibly obvious call at first base. That had both managers laughing at how bad the call was.
Just unnecessary.
When he ruled that Jake Bauers had not touched first base going by when he clearly stepped on it like everybody always does. But he had his chance at redemption yesterday because you rotate from first behind home plate. So his second opportunity to call balls and strikes and show, hey, maybe I learned a little bit from my first encounter with ABS last week. But we never found out because in the second inning with Big Miz, Jacob Mizorowski on the mound for the Brewers, he threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball that was tipped by Rays catcher Nick Fortis right into CB Buckner's mask.
Ow.
And that was it for C.B. Buckner yesterday. They had to take him off the field, ending his day. Now, this is not his fault at all.
No, he didn't do anything wrong.
He was in position.
He just had a rough week.
Took it in the mask as he was supposed to, but at 100 and then tip, that does not slow it down at all. Coming right into the face.
That mask will protect you from dying.
Yeah,
but it's still going to really, really hurt.
Took a tennis ball to a foul tip tennis ball to the lip the other day. thought I was going to die. I go, that's it. I'm done. Walking in. The Bo's like, bye, Dad. I mean, it hurts. It hurts. So it rung his bell really, really good. Yeah. Are you kidding me? He's had a rough week. Guy did not have a rough day yesterday with Sandy Alcantara. Now, obviously, it's not a don't do this to go out there and throw a 9-inning, 3-hit, complete game shutout, 7 Ks. Really, really nice. The don't do this goes, of course, to the Marlins fans.
Sandy, your 13th career complete game. What makes this one a little different?
A lot of different, so it's been a long time without throwing a complete game, but this one is special for me. All my family here. Fans is not here, but we still love them. But we know this is a hard sport, and they know what. Sometimes they gotta do something. They work the house. But yeah, today was great for me.
So 6,600 fans in attendance yesterday to watch the Miami Marlins. Who are, by
most
the way,
of them apparently Sandy Alcantara's family.
By the way, they're 5-1. Now, again, they beat I think it was the Rockies and the White Sox. I think they've played so far. Doesn't matter. 5-1 is 5-1. You have an exciting team. You got Sandy Alcantara fully back now, it looks like, and he's dealing, and you pull 6,600 fans to the ballpark for a complete game shutout.
What did he say again? No, fans. I mean, they weren't here, but
we love them. Do you?
We love them too.
You love them. Fans not here, but
I guess what really looks bad for the Marlins fans is the electricity of the WBC in the same stadium, presumably drawing from the same baseball fan population in South Florida, but they don't want to go to Marlins games.
Thomas in the chat says, I went to a Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp game. The Marlins AAA team this weekend, they had more fans there.
But Alcantara's turnaround after a horrible season last year, trying to come back from Tommy John surgery, now looking like old Sandy. A lot of implications. First of all, I mean, good for him because I believe he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. If the Marlins fall out of contention, giant trade chip possibly around the trade deadline.
Oh, they're salivating.
AJ Preller is already thinking about it, I'm sure.
He's always had years.
He's always had an eye on Sandy Alcantara.
So have I.
Or maybe the Marlins stay in it, and if he pitches well, maybe young lineup that they could actually make a run toward a wild card or something this season.
Yep.
Off to a good start. So it also reminds you that the return from Tommy John surgery can look so different for so many players.
Yep.
Some come back right away and are better. Some come back and struggle for a while and then are better. Some are
out
like
of baseball.
Some are like Walker Buehler. You lose your velocity. You got to reinvent yourself. Some are like Germán Marquez, and maybe you're never the same again. You just don't know. See what happens with Joe Musgrove when he comes back.
Yep.
Hopefully he comes back a little faster than Sandy did, but if he can get back to where Sandy is now, that would be fantastic. Finally, a little do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
Always got to praise someone just chasing their dreams. Of course, rapper J. Cole is a megastar in his chosen field, guy loves basketball, played high school basketball, always had the dream of going on to play the pros, even after he went on with his multi-Grammy award-winning career. And so he has done so part-time with a couple of teams in the past, but now he's going full-on signing in the Chinese Basketball Association with the Nanjing Monkey Kings.
Nice.
And will play, as he committed to last year, at least a few games for the Chinese League team, which is a pretty high level of professional basketball. Probably after the NBA and the Euro League, I think China is considered like the third best, maybe international league, with some really good former college players and international stars in that league. So he's going to get a chance to test his basketball skills again at an even higher level.
God, so talented, multi-talented. Hate those guys. They're great at so much stuff. Come on,
probably be a good golfer if he played golf too.
Picks up a bag, goes out and shoots. 87 his first time out. Thank you, Benny.
That is don't and do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We'll get Sammy Levit's thoughts on the opening homestand. He was there for every minute of it. In-season Sammy will join us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino, visit 7milecasino.com.
Looking for something to do on a baseball day off? How about spending some time at 7 Mile Casino? You know it's so easy to get to, right down the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. And then when you walk in, like I did for the first time, and I had passed it on the freeway many times, as most of you have, it's right there. I was so shocked at how nice it was when I walked in the doors.
That's exactly right, man. Don't let the outside fool you. Not that it's bad. It just doesn't compute with what happens when you walk in. As soon as you walk in, too, you're going to run right smack dab into a California-style blackjack table. Texas Hold'em off to your right. Pie Gallon Baccarat behind the blackjack table near the bar area. They have a beautiful, beautiful bar area, beautiful restaurant, and a beautiful patio as well, Ben.
Lots of fun. If you're a high-limit player, they will take good care of you. If you want to sit down at a higher-level Texas Hold'em table, they know how to treat you. 35% discount on food from Sammy's while you're at the table as well. Check it out today. Right down the 5 freeway again in Chula Vista. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He did little. Here, I'll show you a little.
Please don't.
What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
And through the fans, brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, and so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. Woods, would you like to share the news that you are now a wealthy man?
I mean, I'm not wealthy yet. I'm in a good spot here. Pittsburgh Pirates have called up top prospect in baseball, Connor Griffin, to the big league
you
club.
Cornered the market on Connor Griffin baseball cards, so you think this could increase your net value?
Yeah, I just texted my wife and son.
Now, we're rich. I may be confused because the baseball rules on call-ups are very complicated.
Yeah.
Why on earth did Pittsburgh do this now? If they wanted to manipulate service time, you wait a couple of months.
Is it months or is it like 6 weeks?
It's 6 weeks to like 2 months.
Okay,
and then
a month and a half.
And then you get an extra year of control. He's not a Super 2 where he can get early arbitration. Or you bring him up right away, which makes you eligible for the extra draft picks if he has a Rookie of the Year type season. But why would you wait 1 week and then bring him up?
I know, because you're the Pirates.
Oh. Well, maybe. But Padres will see, apparently, Connor Griffin.
Crazy.
Next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I saw the forecast is very, very, very cold in Pittsburgh.
And Boston, too, right?
No,
Yeah.
Boston's going to be like 64.
Oh, nice.
Pretty nice, actually, this weekend in Boston. Not bad. A little rain.
I thought there was rain tomorrow.
Sprinkles tomorrow. Sunday is the day. I asked Megan Perry at Channel 10 yesterday. She said Sunday afternoon's the diciest one for the last game of the series, which is bad because then you kind of stick around because there's no trip back to Boston later, so you wait all day to try to play that game. But the rain's supposed to hit around noon Sunday in Boston, which could be a problem. But it's not cold. It's
gonna
like
be wet
60,
in Pittsburgh.
64 tomorrow is the temperature, but it's going to be kind of wet. But snow flurries and 39 when they're supposed to face Paul Skeens on Tuesday.
Oh, awesome!
I saw, which isn't good.
Run that two-seamer right on my hands, please.
In frigid temperatures.
David says he did come up early enough to still qualify for PP.
Okay, so he can still, you don't have to be on the opening day roster as long as you get a certain amount. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't totally understand it. It is a bit complicated. We will check traffic, and then Sam Levit, in-season Sammy, will help us wrap up the first Padres homestand next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Eller.
One after the other, northbound 805, avoid it. You got a crash at Market Street, another one at Friars Road, and then 3 left lanes are blocked at Murray Ridge Road with a serious crash involving a motorcycle. It's going to cost you about an hour to get through this. The 15 is slammed with alternate traffic. You do want to go with the 5, but just keep in mind further south on the northbound 5 at Mile of Cars Way, there is a collision taking down 3 lanes and delays go back to the 54. I'm Sue Aller with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, out we go to our SDCCU fan hotline. It's his first day off of the baseball season, but he's still joining us in season. Sam Levit here on 97.3 The Fan. Good morning, Sammy.
Hey, good morning, Ben. I did have Sunday off.
that's right. We had the off day in the middle of the homestand. I forgot about that.
A little weird.
So before we talk baseball, Woods and I at the beginning of the show were mentioning the video that we haven't released yet that I did on earlier this week on the churro pretzels and the s'mores pretzels at Petco Park. And part of that, I had to walk myself, or Emily actually filmed me, but like naturally walking up to the stand. And we all talked about how difficult that was. You do it all the time. You film yourself walking. How do you manage to walk naturally when you know you're filming yourself doing it?
I film it over and over and over until I get a take that I like. I am really somebody that is not. I don't feel like I look natural if I know I'm filming myself.
Right, correct.
So
Never.
Typically, when I make a video and I have my phone on a tripod, I will do it over and over and over and check it. And there are times where I will do it and then look at it all after, and I will not like any of the takes, and I got to pick one. So it's very hard. It's difficult to and then you're looking at kind of like your body. I'm like, that angle is not great.
Not great.
So, I'll do it again. I'll fix where the phone is. So I find it very, very difficult. Maybe for others it's easier, but I'll tell you what, when we talked about the meta glasses, part of the reason those are so good and the POV content is so good is that you don't have to worry about how you look. You're doing it from your POV. So it's another point for the meta glasses. But Ben, it's very, very difficult. It really is. I'm telling you, man, that the content game is not for the weak or the rush. You got to be patient. You got to do the takes over and over. And you got lucky that you had Emily with you to help you and film you, because
I can't wait until you get to see the video.
My deal is I'm usually with a tripod, putting it places and doing things for show, like I'm in a movie.
Can
That's
anybody look
usually my
cool
deal.
filming themselves walking though? Like honestly, if Ryan Gosling took his phone, was like, I'm going to put together this reel, but I need to walk naturally, walk cool. Like, would they even have problems with it?
I think De Niro has a hard time walking from the storefront.
Well, he's
to
96
the car.
years old.
Well,
but
you know what I mean? Like, I think the goats.
Right.
You know what I'm going to tell you, Ben. Here's a piece of advice that I've learned over the past few years. You have to take the cringe factor and just throw it out the window.
Yeah.
You cannot be worried.
Can't worry about it.
About the cringe factor of what you post, about the cringe factor of how you look in public when you're filming. You have to throw the cringe factor out the window. Do not worry about it. Do not focus on it. Do not look at comments. That's what I do. You think with the end of year stuff, I mean, I get so many hateful comments that are just about my hairline, about everything. Okay, I don't care. I laugh it off. People ask me, how do you deal with these? Do you know how many people comment about my hairline that each year is going back? And here's the thing. It's not even going back. It's always been that deep. Nothing's changed. It's fine.
It's great
exactly
advice.
The same.
I was gonna ask Sammy, like, how many videos do you post where you feel good enough about the video? You're like, this is pretty good. Like, I'm happy with this. I'm gonna press post, but there's no chance I'm even reading one single comment for this one.
There's no way.
Yeah, look, to be honest with you, the end of year stuff is where it gets. I mean, it gets wild.
Gets crushed.
So, and by the way, I would say 99% are really fine and nice, and I will reply to a lot. But I mean, it is. I mean, there are just some super mean people out there that are commenting. But honestly, it really rolls right off my shoulders, and it's fine. But yes, Ben, that's my advice. You gotta, with this stuff, you have to just not worry about. You have to stop cringing at it and be like, it's what it is.
God forbid I should look embarrassing in front of all of San Diego for the 7 millionth time.
Well, the good news, Sammy, is that he doesn't have to pick it over because Paulie and I will do that on the air. So it's fine. He never has to.
As soon as that video comes out, just be ready.
I can't wait. We're going to break that thing down like literally the Zapruder. Like, look at him here. Why is his elbow doing this? It's so good. Some cringeworthy moments, Sammy, in the first week of the baseball season, to be sure, for the San Diego Padres, I thought.
It was a very Ben-like segue.
It was. I've learned a lot from you over the years. But there have been some moments. I thought yesterday, again, you nice win, you salvage that series, but at some point, you got to start winning series. I think it's got to start sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you would have felt way worse about the homestand had they not won yesterday, and then you're looking at a 1-5 record and heading on the road, and I think you're looking at a real hole that you're starting to dig that you got to now climb yourself out of. So the win yesterday was big, and it was nice to see them 1 through 9 get the offense going a little. They had 7 runs on 10 hits. Seeing Gavin Sheets have a couple of doubles was great. Obviously, Laureano has been terrific. I will say you're still waiting for the big guys to really put it into gear. And that's Manny, and that's Fernando, and that's Xander. Obviously, Jackson's been a little bit more productive than those 3, and I'll throw Jake Cronenworth in there as well. You're still waiting for those guys to get going. And I think from the offensive standpoint, the part that I wouldn't blame a Padre fan for being a little concerned about is forget even just the lack of run production, because I do think that will be better than it was on the homestand for the most part. But the lack of slug is something you're looking at and you're saying, this looks familiar. And, you've got 3 home runs in 6 games, and that's towards the bottom of baseball. And
2 of them by one guy.
OPS. Yeah, 2 of them by one guy. And by the way, 2 of them, kind of when you were trailing, like Laureano's made it an 8-2 game on opening day. And then Merrill obviously had the home runs, make it a 1-run game in the 9th the other day. Yeah, that part of it is kind of like, is this 6 games, or are we looking at a similar issue to what the Padres had last year, which was a significant issue, the lack of slugs. So, you guys said it all week, and I thought you did a great job both breaking down the games and putting it in perspective. It's 6 games, but you can also break it down properly, and we're going to find out over the course of the next couple of months kind of what trends are true and what trends are just 6 games.
Talking to Padres pre- and post-game show host Sam Levit here on Ben and Woods. And Sam, you got to deal with Craig Stammen every day for almost 2 months during spring training. But what did you think of his first week? Any changes in terms of, now that the games mean something, what you saw from the new skipper?
No, same guy. I mean, obviously there were bullpen moves and lineup construction decisions, and Laureano sitting the other day that I think obviously fans and us in the media that we're going to have some questions about. But to me, I especially the bullpen stuff, I chalk that up to that's the job of a manager, right? In 2026, like name a manager this week that probably didn't have a bullpen decision questioned. And look, is that part of the learning curve for Craig Stammen? Maybe. It might be. But I do think from a personality standpoint of, seeing him every day and talking to him every day, same guy. And I think Craig is extremely level-headed. I think he's, a guy who can brush off losses in all likelihood pretty quickly and was a former player and gets it. And I don't think he is making too much out of one game or one decision or one homestand. So personality-wise, same guy that we saw in spring. I think same guy that we saw as a player, very consistent, very level-headed. And obviously there were a couple of things here and there that had he made a different decision, it could have gone differently. Maybe not. I try post-game to rationalize best I can and try to understand what the manager is doing. So I won't judge bullpen management and lineup construction off 6 games, but to me, from a personality standpoint, he has very much been the same level-headed guy that we've seen going back to the start of spring.
What is it like to be level-headed? That would be a real treat for some of us out in the planet. Sammy, are you seeing more? I told my wife, I had a talk with her yesterday. I said, I don't know. I said, babe, it's just been weird. You know, I realize, a slow start is never what you want, no matter what sport that you follow or love. You just don't, your favorite golfer starts bogey, bogey, bogey. You're not very happy about it, right? So have you seen more, because of the expectations that we have and have had for the San Diego Padres, do you see more bloodlust from the fans? Because that's the word I used yesterday. I go, you don't understand. Like, they're coming for me now. And I go, I'm not out there. Like, I go there. The bloodlust this year in particular is pretty gnarly so far.
Woodsy, I think part of it is the expectations, right? I think another part of it, to me, is you just have a team, and I think for the most part, this is a very, very good thing from a fan perspective. But it's a team that you've had for a long time now. I mean, these are faces and guys that you know well, and you've been through a lot with them, right? Just from the season by season standpoint, the excitement of 2022, what happened at the end, beating the Dodgers, to the disappointment of 23. To 24, how great it was until it wasn't. To 25, how very up and down it was, and you make the postseason, and it's a quick exit in the wild card series. Even going back to 2021 and how the second half went in 2020. I mean, you're dealing now going back to essentially 2019 with a group of guys where the faces of the team are the same. And I you know what? Look around baseball. That's rare. It's really, really, really rare. And I think on the whole, it's a good thing for the fans. It's part of, to me, what has made the Padres surge so special and Petco Park surge so special, because you do know who you're seeing showing up at the ballpark every day. I think it's a good thing, but I do think it lends itself to fans having a lot of emotions and feelings and thoughts and recall, when things aren't going right. And I think sometimes, people can go right back to things that haven't gone right. And I guess look at a group at the end of the day that hasn't yet won a World Series and kind of dig in on them. Right. And look, it's fans are fans, and they can have opinions and thoughts, and I love the passion and all those things. It's what it's all about. But I do think it's like being in a long relationship with somebody, right? You have all these ups and downs. And I guess, you guys tell me, when you're with somebody for longer, do the fights get more intense, as time goes on? I don't know. I don't have that experience, but I think that's a little bit of what it is, where you're just quicker to kind of snap at them and maybe go back to all the things they've done in the past that you didn't like, right? It kind of feels that way to me. And I think the long relationship with players, I think ultimately it's a great thing for the Padres and the fans and the ballpark, and a big reason why we've seen kind of what's happened with the Padres in this city. I think it's great when you have all these familiar faces, but it's kind of like, when you see something you don't like, you immediately go back to all the things over the course of years that have disappointed you, and now you're snapping at them. And it kind of feels like that.
I would never snap at my missus ever, Sammy.
Yeah, like 4 games into a season. I guess in my uneducated experience, that's kind of how it feels.
I think I'll play amateur psychiatrist here. I think the root of most negative emotions for fans is fear. You are afraid that the team is going to be bad and then irrelevant, and you're not going to be able to enjoy your Padres baseball all summer long into the playoffs the way you have. So when you get afraid of something, of losing something, you lash out and you snap, and you're very early. Now, it's much too early to be afraid. Padres 2-4. They're 2 games behind the Dodgers. They're 1 game out of a playoff spot. Nothing has happened yet in the baseball season. Don't be afraid. In a couple of months, if they're 9 games out, I'd feel that same thing. I fear that we won't have the entertainment of Padres baseball all summer long.
Yeah, that's the fear. Yeah,
that's our fear. Is we have the same fear you do. I'm just not to that point. Some fans get there a lot quicker, which and you do a nice job dealing with them on the post-game show, Sammy. We appreciate you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day off. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll hand things over to you for the pregame show from opening day at Fenway Park at about 10:10 tomorrow morning. So we'll see you then.
yeah, like I always say in the post game, I don't promise that I can explain everything, but I can be here for emotional support, and that's all I promise. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Sammy.
It's your emotional support host, Sammy Levit, on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it is better. And before we go, going to give away some more Padres tickets to the next home game. Actually, it's a week from today against the Colorado Rockies. Manny Machado Hot Corner bobblehead game presented by McDonald's for the first 40,000 fans. Call now. 833-288-0973. Fourth caller. Going to win those tickets. You can get yourself at Padres.com/tickets. We'll be back with our last hour before the roundtable next on The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Pleasure to be here with all of you right now. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. The big story in baseball, Connor Griffin getting called up, top prospect in baseball, called up to the Pirates. And I did see people saying, well, obviously they waited so that he could debut at home and sell more tickets. And that was kind of their strategy. And I thought to myself, okay, fine. But if I'm a Pirates fan, and I know we've got the number one prospect in baseball, and we happen to open for 6 games on the road, and they bring him up, he makes the team out of spring training, and he's our starting shortstop, I'm pretty stoked. And I have good vibes about the Pirates when they do something like that. If I'm a Pirates fan, you guys agree? Like we all did it when they did it with Tatis and all, like great vibes. Like this is how you do it. The best man wins the spot. Let's get him up. And then
remember Tatis and was it Paddock was all on the opening day roster as well. And Peter said, he goes, if we got to the end of the year and we were 1 or 2 games out, I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that we just shelved Tatis for 3 weeks.
So I think if you're a Pirate fan, your vibes are super hot coming out of spring training, and you've gotten off to a decent start, and you got a lot to look forward to. I'm still buying tickets for that game. If I'm a Pirates fan, I'm like, so this will be his debut. He's going to play 6 games on the road. Then he's going to come back. I'm buying tickets to that debut to go watch him.
So Jeff Passan did confirm that the Pirates didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They're still eligible for the prospect promotion incentive draft pick if he has a good season. So in that sense, they didn't do anything costly. I agree with you. I don't think there's any reason why he couldn't have played some games on the road. But from a historic, not necessarily selling tickets, but it's nice to know, like, for history, like there's going to be a ton of Pirates fans who can say, I was at Connor Griffin's first game ever.
First game ever.
Which you wouldn't have been able to say had they done it on the road.
That's true.
So in that sense, you're giving your fans an opportunity to be there for a historic moment that they wouldn't have had otherwise.
Yeah.
First home game is just as important as first game in many senses. So I don't. As long as they didn't wait so long that they're roster manipulating and can't get the draft pick if he has a great season.
It's actually a good move by them, and I think one that should promote some good vibes.
I think so.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. Now, did want to settle the ledger before we move on. Luis Arraez finished with 4 hits in the series.
Just short. You're right.
Before you pull out your wallet, can I just take it off my Christmas present tab?
Yeah. What's your tab
minus
at now?
$10?
What's your tab at now?
I don't know. We're keeping it somewhere still in like the $320
I was going
range.
to say like 360, 370.
Is it? Well,
350.
So I had an idea. If you would like, I just saw that Morrissey is coming back to Southern California this fall. He's going to be headlining, according to this, the Darker Waves Festival in Huntington Beach. That's not too far. It's not San Diego, but you can make it up to Huntington Beach, and you get a whole bunch of other bands, and even some that I have heard of, that will be playing along with Morrissey. So this might even be better than a Morrissey show in San Diego, the one I got you tickets for that he didn't show up to for Christmas, and then I got my money back, and you got no Christmas present.
Correct.
So are you interested? Because the pre-sale starts today, and I'd probably have to jump in. I did notice they also offer layaway plans for tickets starting at just $19.99 a month. When did concerts become layaway items?
When they had to. When they actually, to get people there, they had to do it.
We're not buying a living room set. We're going to a one-night concert. There shouldn't have to be a layaway plan to buy one concert ticket.
Concert tickets shouldn't be $400.
That's right.
I'm not getting you the ultimate VIP starting at $1,750. So don't even think about it.
Well, no, Sir Willie says Woods is getting invited by Ben. Woods has to go. Ben's not going.
No, I'm not going. I'm just sending you by yourself.
Can you imagine me dragging you up to Huntington Beach?
What do you think of some of these other bands?
All right, lay it on me.
Let's see. Do you want the top ones or kind of the bottom?
So the
Smashing Pumpkins is number 2 on the list under Morrissey.
All right.
Simple Minds. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Nope. Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's right. Breakfast Club, not Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Sounded so
one of those 80s movies.
His confident face.
Bad Religion.
Hold on, though.
Soft Cell, Tainted Love. That's a good one.
There's a lot of one-hitters in there.
Gary Newman. Here in my car.
Yeah, Gary Newman. I mean, legends of the game, to be sure.
Yeah.
Bad Religion's pretty good.
The Buzzcocks.
Yeah. Save that.
I haven't heard of some of these though. Miggs Whiskey.
Me neither.
Benches.
Nope.
Space Hog.
Oh, Space Hog.
Kim Theory.
Ben, what's that band next to Space Hog? I'm having trouble.
Reiki. Space Hog. Circle Jerks. Mariachi El Bronx.
Great band.
Tris. TR/ST. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Tris.
Oh, Warfield is playing.
Past Self. Casket Cassette.
Gene will be there.
Gene.
Just Gene.
Gene.
EMF.
Yeah. The Manic Street Preachers.
The Motels. I love the Motels.
Silver Sun Pickups.
No, I'll just keep my tab open, I think.
No, you don't want this?
Well, I really want to see Morrissey, but I need to see it I need to see him on a his own scene. Like a long, I don't know.
You don't want just 2 songs of Morrissey at the end.
Well, it's not going to be 2 songs.
It'll be a full set.
It'll be a.
How do they have time for all these bands to play?
It starts at like 9 a.m. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because I think it's just a one-day event,
and there's multiple stages.
I see.
So which is always kind of a beating if you have 2 that you really like. But I think that's why they have 2 headliners with Smashing Pumpkins and Morrissey, in case Morrissey bails, and then you just have the Smashing Pumpkins.
That would be bad if we got the tickets, because I don't think I'd get my money back this time, because all the other bands would have showed up.
And you'd be like, well,
but I got it for the Morrissey.
You're like, you got to see Gene though, so you did get to see the Circle Jerks,
yeah,
and Past Self.
But I'm really just you would be getting you the tickets for Morrissey, and it doesn't solve the ultimate Morrissey conundrum.
That's right.
There's a good chance he's not going to be there.
Is it better than the 50% chance? I mean, it's a 50-50 show at this point. But I saw a guy I love, dude, Marco, yesterday was on Threads, and he was talking about this lineup, and he said, does Morrissey really deserve top billing over the Smashing Pumpkins? And it made me think for a moment. And then I said, yes, he absolutely does. He absolutely deserves top billing over the Smashing Pumpkins, in my opinion. He was the front man for the Smiths. So you're good. That kid buys you. It buys you
play any Smith songs.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
It buys you the ability, Ben, to skip 50% of your shows, like because you wrote all those songs, and you were the front man of the Smiths. You pretty much get to do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it.
And he's taking advantage of that.
He really has, dude. He really, really has. No, I'm going to pass on Darker Waves, I think. What date is it?
It was November 14th.
Saturday, in Huntington Beach.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pass on it.
All right.
It's a real conundrum, though.
I'll take $10 off my tab, and
take
we'll
10
have,
off your tab.
If I can win pretty much every series bet all year long, I can even up the Christmas tab.
Yeah.
I'm 1 for 1.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll have to come up with another one tomorrow for the Red Sox series.
Angela says Morrissey will say there's too much sun or something. Yeah. Yes, it's too hot, darling. I can't come on. It's way too hot.
On the beach in November?
Yeah, I can't do this. Someone's cooking ham somewhere. I cannot be up here. The guy hates meat, dude.
Let's
smell of meat, anything meat related. He
really?
hates. Yes.
Really?
Oh, that's his whole shtick.
Like you, the smell of bacon cooking.
Correct. I got a little Morrissey in me, but he has canceled shows because he
I
smelled
assume he's
meat.
Vegetarian.
He's vegan.
You're not.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I am
Okay,
not.
that makes sense. Then.
Yeah, he is like he can't smell it or anything.
That makes sense.
He's something else.
KG, I saw McDonald's on my way to the venue, and it greatly upset me.
Upset me. I shan't be taking the stage today. Yet here I am. So good.
Let's get a contestant for real or fake,
Yeah.
And get to our game, because we got Eno Sarris. I want to make sure we have plenty of time for Eno at the bottom of the hour before our roundtable. So if you'd like to play, qualify for Las Vegas, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll play our Thursday game coming up next, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. It's Ben and Woods on a Thursday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to talk about my new friends at Trajan Wealth. If it weren't for Trajan Wealth, I would not have known that I had some old 401ks that were sitting out there that were doing me absolutely no good, charging extra fees that I didn't know about. I thought, oh, no, it's fine. Everything's good. And then I went through everything with David, who helped me get set up with Trajan Wealth. It was absolutely amazing what I learned and how much better I think I'm doing now thanks to Trajan Wealth. If you are interested in having someone check on your investments on old 401ks, just go to trajanwealth.com. That's trajanwealth.com. Set up your consultation and go with the team that has helped me so much just in these last couple of months. Get the peace of mind that I'm looking for. Retirement may be decades away, maybe a few years away. It is not too late to get the process started and figure out some peace of mind for you in the future with the team at Trajan Wealth. You can absolutely give them a phone call as well, or just go online to trajanwealth.com. It all starts there at Trajan Wealth. Please check them out today. It's Trajan Wealth. Tell them Ben sent you.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Looking forward to talking to Eno Sarris at the bottom of the hour. He's already gleaned some takes from the first week of the season, looking at swing speeds and pitch velocities, and a couple of Padres come up on his list that he wrote about in The Athletic this week. So we'll chat with Eno Sarris, some smart baseball coming up at the bottom of the hour. Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. I have a dilemma because this game of real or fake is going to be too easy for you. Okay. So I really need to limit you to just the one phone a friend. You can't just be chiming in every time because I'd be shocked if you didn't get all of them right. Okay.
Yeah.
But we have Jeremy as our contestant standing by. So Jeremy, you're going to get at least one from Woods, I would guess, but I'm going to have to ask you to play the rest of it straight up. Let's get to it. It is time for Real or Fake.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. You can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
Real or Fake brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. We got Jeremy. Good morning, Jeremy.
Good morning.
And you are playing, of course, to qualify for our grand prize trip to Las Vegas. 2 nights at the Fontainebleau. $150 resort credit. The pool's open, day club open, great screens to watch all the sports, great food and drinks as well. Book your stay today at FontainebleauLasVegas.com. Here's why I think Woods is going to be too helpful, because today on Real or Fake, took this from earlier this week. We're trying to separate minor league prospects from country music artists. Okay. And this was inspired when Colt Emerson and Cooper Pratt signed their big extensions. And I said, both of those guys sound like they could be new country artists that I haven't heard of. So today on Real or Fake, Jeremy, I'll give you a name. You tell me if they were a real minor league top 100 MLB prospect or a fake, someone who sings country music. And because Woods has been looking at baseball cards nonstop, mostly minor league prospects for like a month, these names are going to be, I think, eminently familiar to him. So you get one phone a friend, Jeremy.
Way longer than a month.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
So, all right, let's go. You need 4 out of 7 right to qualify for the grand prize. Round number 1. Russell Dickerson, MLB prospect or country music singer?
Let's go MLB prospect.
That is incorrect. Country music singer. You are 0 for 1, but we got plenty of time left. Round number 2.
Did you know that one, was he?
Yeah. Caden Scarborough, MLB prospect or country music singer, Jeremy?
Let's go MLB prospect.
That is correct. Right-handed pitcher in the Rangers organization. There is one.
Jeremy, do you have some help back there?
I hear that.
He's got his little guy with
I
him.
do. I have my 4-year-old and 7-year-old in the car.
All
with
right.
me.
I know they're cheering for you. Let's go to round number 3 here, Jeremy. Hunter Barco, MLB prospect or country music singer? Hunter Barco.
Let's go, Woodsy. What do you think?
Prospect, 100%.
There says your phone a friend. He says prospect confidently. And you agree. He is a left-handed pitcher in the Pirates organization. Another Pirates prospect in the top 100. Right? You're halfway home to a victory. Round number 4, Jeremy. Rhett Lauder, MLB prospect or country music singer?
Rhett Lauder. Sounds like a country music singer.
And you would be absolutely incorrect. He is a right-handed pitcher in the Reds organization.
I got a lot of him.
All right, we're 2 and 2. We got 3 left. You need 2 out of 3 right. There we go. Round number 5. Steele Hall, MLB prospect or country music singer? For the first time, Woods is kind of thinking about this one. Steele Hall.
I'm going to go country music.
Yeah.
Shortstop in the Reds prospect farm. So we need to get these last 2 right.
Steele Hall.
Steele Hall with an E at the end.
Check him out.
Steele Hall. All right, round 6. We need this one. Cole Swindell. Cole Swindell, MLB prospect, country music singer. Jeremy, we need this one.
What do you think, buddy?
Did we lose him? Did we lose Jeremy? You still there?
Country music singer.
Yes, very good. Cole Swindell, not related to Greg Swindell at all. All right, for the win, last round. Theo Gillen, MLB prospect or country music singer? Theo Gillen.
MLB prospect.
Yeah! Outfielder, Tampa Bay Rays. Congratulations, Jeremy. You and your kids can hang on the line. We'll put you into the drawing for Las Vegas.
Nice game.
That was a tough one. They all sound like country music singers to me.
Every one of them.
Rhett Lauder, just screams country music singer. Reds pitcher.
100%. Rhett Lauder.
Steel Hall.
Steel Hall.
Oh, they're a great band. I saw them
We could
a
put
couple
on
of
an
weeks ago.
entire
at Soda
festival
Bar.
of minor league prospects and make them all headliners. None of these guys are musicians. They're all baseball players.
That guy slayed it. That was really good.
That was a good game.
Yeah, I'm in on some of those guys. Some of them I was unfamiliar with.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried to make it as tough as possible.
That was
you
tough.
know me.
That's tough.
Let's see. We got a couple of minutes here. What else
Glove
we got?
Shack says, being a degenerate prospect collector, this was cake. I know. It really was not that difficult.
Let's quickly run through the NL West last night. The Dodgers have not gotten off to a good start, even though they're alone in first place.
They've gotten off to a great start.
They're 4-2.
Right.
I mean, it's not historic or
No.
But they got shut down by Gavin Williams of the Guardians yesterday.
Nasty. My God, was he good last night? Holy smokes.
And the top of their order continues to struggle offensively, but everyone else in the NL West has gotten off to a worse start. So the Dodgers are where they always are, sitting there in first place. The Diamondbacks bounced back nicely. They beat Tarek Skubal on one home run by Corbin Carroll in the first inning, and that was it for the entire game, 1-0. Skubal takes the loss as Zach Gallen pitched 6 shutout innings to complete the sweep. So Tigers leave San Diego, then go to Arizona, get swept by the Diamondbacks. Yeah, that was their 4th straight loss. And how about the Rockies going into Toronto and taking 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays? They scored in the 8th to tie it and 10th to win it, 2-1, upsetting Kevin Gausman, who had thrown 6 shutout innings. So even the Rockies now with a couple of wins on the season after taking 2 of 3 in Toronto.
Same exact records.
Yes. Padres and Giants and Rockies are all 2-4.
Yep.
Diamondbacks are 3-3. Dodgers are 4-2.
It's beyond crazy when you see the numbers from the top 4 of the Dodgers. I mean, they're putrid right now. Shohei's 167, I think, with no runs, no extra base hits, no home runs, no RBIs. I mean, it is as bad as it gets, but there's 4-2, and he went out and threw 6 innings the other day. So they find a way. Tanner Scott served it up last night. He's back in mid-season Dodgers form.
Jose Ramirez got him for a 2-run shot, I believe.
Yeah.
I think the team that is off to the best start, though, really unquestionably, is the New York Yankees, who are 5-1, but they did it playing all West Coast games, which is not easy.
I think they've given up 6 runs or something all season.
So they won 7-0, 3-0, and 3-1 over the Giants. Then they lost 2-1 to the Mariners. Then they won 5-0 and 5-3. 3 runs yesterday, the most they've given up in a game all season. 0-0-1, 0-2, and 3.
Yeah.
That's
nuts.
It's incredible pitching. Cam Schlittler looks like he's like a top 10 pitcher in baseball already. We can talk to Eno about Cam Schlittler as well. What?
We're both in on that.
I got a lot. I got some good Cam
You
Schlittler
got some Cam
cards.
Schlittler cards? So the Yankees are maybe off to the best start. Now they get to come home and play some home games.
And they're still without Garrett Cole. They still got some guys that are injured coming back, but it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. I mean, I wouldn't if you're a Dodger fan, you can't be worried. You shouldn't be.
No,
your record's good.
No, you're thrilled. You go we're 4-2, and we're only going to get better once guys start hitting.
I mean, imagine
you're not worried.
Imagine when Tucker and Ohtani and Mookie and Freddie start hitting. That's an embarrassment of riches.
And then Paul Skeens bounced back after his tough opening day with 1 run in 5 innings as the Pirates got a series win, 8-3 over the Reds. Skeens' next start scheduled to come against the San Diego Padres on Tuesday at PNC Park on the second half of this upcoming road trip. Let's see what else. Oh, Shea Langoliers, 5th home run.
Crazy, man.
Most of them in losses because the A's are 1-5, but he keeps hitting home runs, leads all of baseball. He's had one almost every day this season, but they lost to the Braves. All right, we'll take a timeout when we come back. Smart Baseball with Eno Sarris, who won the Padres, catching his eye already early this season. We'll find out coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I know Eno Sarris usually makes his way down to Petco Park at least once during the course of the season. Perhaps if it coincides with a Thursday, he could be one of our guest panelists on the Epic Roundtable at some point.
Could you imagine?
First Epic Roundtable, talking Padres baseball coming up at the top of the hour. But before that, we will chat with Eno Sarris from The Athletic. He is standing by. We will get to that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Sue Eller.
So working on this crash on the 5 northbound at Mile of Cars Way. 3 middle lanes are blocked and it is jammed. Delays go back to the 54, but good news northbound on the 805. That big accident has been cleared away at Murray Ridge Road. But now we're working on another accident on the 163 northbound at Richmond Street. The center divider and part of the left lane are blocked, and you've got a crash on the 15 southbound right at the 8 in the left lane. I'm Sue Adler with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time for the super polished, yet to be named Smart Baseball Weekly segment with Eno Sarris, son of a bitch.
And he is joining us now on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it is better. Eno Sarris with us. I don't think we're ever going to name this segment.
No, that's it. It's got
still going to be unnamed. years into it,
Or
it
we
is
could
great
call
to
it
welcome him back.
Eno's hungover groan. We could call it that. That's one of the best moments on this program in our 8-year history.
How did that not make it to the tournament of drops?
I know.
We missed out on that one.
It's so good, man. How you doing, buddy?
No hungover grown today.
Good. How's baseball? How's baseball season's back? I've had a blast watching baseball this year. I said it yesterday, except for the Padres, but every other team I've enjoyed watching very much. It's been fun. It's fun to see kind of the rookies make their way into the scene and help teams win ball games. Kevin McGonigal pretty much torched us with his debut, but it's cool to see these guys and these pitching prospects like Bubba Chandler. These guys come up and play well.
It seems like some of the rule changes that they've made have brought us to a better place in baseball. Yeah. I mean, there were some incentives put in place for if you get like a rookie of the year, you get an extra pick, and they tried to do some stuff in the last CBA. To encourage teams to play their young players earlier. And I think we're seeing some of the benefits of that. McGonigal making the opening day roster, J.J. Weatherholt making the opening day roster in St. Louis and hitting a game winner for them and showing what he's got right away. And, the athleticism peaks, with the younger players. So you kind of want to get them out there if you can. You don't want them to be manipulated for service time and stuff like that. So, there's news that Connor Griffin's coming up in Pittsburgh. I wish he'd been there on opening day, but, he didn't have the greatest spring. I get it. And that part's been fun. And the other part, of course, has been the ABS system. I think it's a round of success. I think at its core is the fact that we all want to prove to the ump that he's wrong.
Yes, that's kind of what it boils down to. Like, I've been saying this for years, and now everybody knows.
It's a satisfying moment.
It is satisfying. It is.
Players.
Like, they had a walk. They had a game end yesterday on a challenge. It was Basayo in Baltimore. He challenged it, and it was strike three. Game over. Orioles win.
Yeah, and the only argument that I sort of can hear, and I think the cat's out of the bag on this one, honestly, but that sort of sometimes you don't know how exciting the moment, like how to cheer. Like it happens in football all the time, oh, was that a touchdown?
Was that a catch? Was that is that going to be a penalty?
So, yeah. And in soccer too, like, was it offside? So there's was it? Yeah.
Yeah. It's disjointed.
But the ABS excitement is so high. I mean, we saw that on the overturned calls. Where was it? Cincinnati this week, that the fans get so into it. I think it's a net positive by far. And umpires have a very tough job, and they are not evil, but we treat them like they're the villain who finally gets their comeuppance at the end of the movie. Right. It is such a satisfying moment when they're wrong, and we get to find out, and they get, see, we knew it.
It really is. It feels good.
And we all do it together.
Yes.
It's like that. We all find out together. We all look up at the screen, and we all find out together. I mean, it's been pretty fun. It's weird for me that that's the story that has gone beyond the baseball heads. That's like what's on CNN or what's on, like on NPR. They're talking about the ABS system. That's a little strange for me, but I think it's just new. It's novel, and it'll become normal. I do wonder, it seems like such a good solution. Do we go full robot or not? I have watched some games in the KBO they use a full robot, and we'd be missing this excitement. Honestly, it's, and there's nothing to argue about because it's just the robot every time,
I saw that clip going around, on social media of the KBO, some of the calls, and I think it would make me insane. I really do. I've after watching that, I saw some of these calls and I went, oh no, we can't. Catcher's diving from one side to the other, ball's down, but it nicks the zone and it's a strike. Like, I like this challenge thing. I actually don't think we need to go full robot. I think it would drive everyone crazy.
I think it might too. And I've seen that same clip, and that's what I worry about. Is, I mean, their plate is a little bit wider, and so some of that might exacerbate what we're seeing. But some of the risk I think with a full robot is that we get a bunch of Sergio Romos and Rich Hills, like, people throwing like really bendy pitches that barely catch any part of the zone and land somewhere that looks completely unhittable, you know?
Yeah.
And then the hitters in those clips, those KBO clips, are just like, you know, they're in shatters, and they have nothing to say. They're like, "What?" And they just like sort of slump away. So, I kind of hope that this is the long-term solution, but we'll see.
Talking to the Athletics, Eno Sarris. Let me ask you about Padres pitching. I don't know how much you got to see of Nick Pivetta yesterday or look into the numbers, but a really nice bounce back, and they need Nick Pivetta to have such a good season this year. Because, you know, no more Dylan Cease. Joe Musgrove's not back yet. It was a relief, I would say,
it was
to see Nick look like he did last season for Padres fans.
Yeah, especially because the early returns on Michael King are up and down. I mean, he doesn't quite look like vintage Michael King. So I think the good news with Pivetta is the velo is up. It looks like he's in a contract year and he's pitching for it. So I think that'll be good news to have like good velo Pivetta with the good breaking balls, the good strikeout rate. I think he can be I wouldn't call him like a, you know, top 10 pitcher in the league ace, but he can be an ace, you know, maybe with the small A. And King is right there too if he rectifies things and looks better next time out. I think they really do need Joe Musgrove back though, and I really hope that the health news gets better going forward, because I'm a little worried about the back end. Marquez and Buehler, they've got curveballs and they've got nothing else. And Marquez is kind of leaning into it where he's throwing 35-40% curveballs. Buehler's still trying to have a really even arsenal. But you saw when you have like one good pitch and the fastballs aren't that great, what you see is it looks okay for the first couple innings, and then it gets a little tough in the like third and fourth and fifth innings. So I think that's what we're going to see from them, and that just puts a lot of pressure on the offense. You know, the offense is going to have to score to win those games. So Griffin Canning coming back, Joe Musgrove coming back, I think those are important things. Those guys need to get some better health news going forward.
Yeah, and it puts a lot of pressure on Nick Pivetta, Michael King, and Randy Vasquez, knowing that, hey, we just don't know what we can count on from the 4 and the 5, which is, you know, 2/5 of your rotation. That's 2 games out of a 5-day week that you're putting pressure on the guys in front of them, and of course you mentioned the offense, which is the bullpen, of course, and it's gotten the offense gotten off to a bit of a cold start, a little bit of slug yesterday. Laureano has been a delight here. I think he's in a walk year as well, if I'm not mistaken. You never hear a word about him getting extended, and you know, listen, I don't know what that would look like. But I look at him and I go, you can't let him off of this team, and you need to hit him higher up in the order because the guy seemingly barrels every ball he finds.
No, and he's just a really delightful person. I just really enjoy talking to him, and he's become his own hitting coach over time. He's talked to me a lot about the process of being a young hitter in the league and sort of figuring out what you can take from your hitting coaches, because he's had so many different hitting coaches. So. I think he's figured out my job here is to put the barrel on the ball, hit the ball hard.
Yep. He doesn't overthink it.
Yeah, he doesn't overthink it. And then Jackson Merrill's bat speed is up, and he's pulling the ball more. And you know, I know that there's somebody listening who hates when people pull the ball a ton, but you know, pull air is where a lot of the power is, and I think it could be really ideal for Jackson because he has a really sweet opposite field swing. So if he can combine opposite field swing with pull and more bat speed, that's what the best hitters in the big leagues do. You know, they have primo bat speed, so they can go oppo taco, but they can also pull the ball. You know, they can cover from left to right in the zone and up and down. And he just looks like this could. I know there's a bad batting average or whatever, but when I look at Jackson Merrill, I see this could be a huge season for him. This is a breakout third-year type. I have this theory that I haven't proven, which is that third-year guys, are just huge because they've had their ups and downs. They've done some things. They've proven they belong, and that's the year that they can really take off.
I like it.
1 year after the sophomore slump. Makes a lot of sense. We're talking to Eno Sarris from The Athletic, and I was going to bring up the piece you wrote that included Jackson Merrill's bat speed. It's kind of like when you were back in junior high or high school. You go away for the summer. A lot of kids would come back looking the same, but there are always a couple who blossomed like during the summer and look different. And that's kind of what your piece was. Like, you wait until the first week of the season and then you look at bat speeds and you look at velocities and you go, ooh, someone did something in the offseason that was working really well. What were some of your takeaways from this first week?
Well, I think it's interesting because some people reacted and said, well, bat speed and pitch velocity are really basic things, and there are other things that are more predictive. But the things that are more predictive and include results on the field, you need to wait a while, So the only thing you can kind of look at in the first week is things like how fast are you running, how fast are you hitting the ball, swinging the bat, how fast are you throwing the fastball, because those things become meaningful really quickly. Now, there are other things that are more meaningful eventually, but for now, we can look at those things. And I was really interested in Jackson Merrill, and another guy you guys saw recently, Colt Keith, is swinging the bat harder, and then Drake Baldwin, who's just hitting all these homers and just looking like a really, really great young player in Atlanta. I just really most interested in Merrill, Keith, and Baldwin adding velo because they're young. They're adding bat speed to a package that already includes a good sense of what the zone is and great ability to make contact. That's like the perfect player to give more bat speed to. And so those three players I kind of have circled on my bingo card.
And let's talk a little pitching, with your beloved Adrian Morejon.
He's up a tick.
Didn't know he had room to move up, but he did.
I know. I thought the same thing. It was jarring watching him give up a hit to Luis Ariz yesterday, like an extra base hit. It was jarring. It was like, lefty, but it's Luis Ariz. He can throw the head out there. And
he can put a bat on anything.
He can put a bat on anything, anytime. What's your early returns on young Adrian Morejon?
I mean, he looks good. The command lost him. He lost the command for a second, and that used to be the issue. But when I talked to his pitching coach about him, he thinks that the new arm slot that he found last year really cleans up a lot of the command issues. So I'd expect him to be fine. And this bullpen looks like it could be really, really nasty because Bradley Rodriguez is their fourth or fifth guy, and
David Morgan,
he's nasty.
Yep.
And David Morgan is nasty. I mean, say what you want about Padres player development across the board, but they've been turning out relievers, and it's been no problem. So that's a sign of a healthy system, even after having traded away so many guys.
Still have the depth. Jason Adams should be coming back soon as well. Yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches, but the Padres do need to get some leads.
Yes,
with their starting pitching and offense for the bullpen to really have that impact.
Yeah, and unfortunately, nobody has. The other one that you can look at is like maximum exit velocity. Who's hit a ball really hard? It's one of those things where if they haven't done it yet, it's not. You can't say that it's a negative, right? But if they have done it, it's a positive. Well, nobody on the Padres has hit a ball 110 yet. It doesn't mean they won't. It doesn't mean there's a problem yet. But there's nobody who's been like, I just hit a ball 115 and I've never done that before. That would be nice to have seen in the first week.
Crony got, I think it was yesterday, I think it was 109. That ball he hit, that missile he hit at Ariz. I thought it was 109, but yeah, it hadn't quite broken that mark yet, But they'll get there. What do you think? Like, does Manny's bat look slow? Does Xander's bat look slow? Based on your
Manny's down year over year. Like last 2 or 3 years, he's been down almost a full tick with the bat speed every year. I mean, it's just inevitable, man. I feel worse every year.
100%, right? I'm way worse than I did.
I feel better, but that's fine. Whatever.
No, it's good. And the thing with Adrian too, I wanted to just note. It seems like they're going to be using him. They're using him for multiples. He's had 2 appearances.
That's
right?
true.
And they've used him for multiple
innings, one up, down,
both times.
And Mason Miller last night. So I was thinking about this. Craig Stammen. Not too many former relievers have become managers.
Right.
And I would have thought, it might go either way. Like one, you might think a former reliever would be like, oh man, it is really tough out there in the bullpen. I'm gonna make sure they have their rest. I'm gonna be really careful with these guys. Or man, I went through that fire. I made it happen. Like, they got to answer the bell when I ring it.
I think Stammen's more the latter. Like, hey,
yes,
give them plenty of leash out there and let them do their stuff. Eno, really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll talk to you next Thursday. As always, love having you on.
I will be at the Colorado Rockies games on Thursday and Friday next week.
Oh, nice. He's already
all right.
Perfect. Already in town. Fantastic. All right.
All
right. Eno Sarris, Smart Baseball segment every week, one of our favorite segments of the year. And that's it for our portion of the program. We're going to head over to the sound space. The first epic roundtable of the year, commercial free, begins at the top of the hour. Do not go away. Darnay Tripp from NBC7, our guest panelist, along with all the hosts here at 97.3 The Fan. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for the last show of Ben and Woods this week. Until then, for Paulie Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Talk to you in just a moment on the Epic Roundtable on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.